I want to talk to you about the day that I die. Well, not really because we don't die, but my experience of what we believe is death. It was so crazy. I love crazy things. I love random crazy stuff. So this is what happened. I was sitting on my couch here in my house, and you know, I had nothing going on that day. It was like a very clear day of doing nothing, of just being with myself, being with me. And all of a sudden, I am so I'm feeling like I want to sleep. I want to take a nap, right? And I'm feeling hungry at the same time. So I'm like, should I go eat and then come and take a nap? If I go eat, like, my sleepiness is gonna go away, and if I go to sleep, I'm gonna be hungry and I'm not gonna like sleep well. So I was like kind of battling with that, and I decided to get up. I went to the kitchen. When I got to the kitchen, everything started to go black, right? When you have that sensation, like as if you're fainting, right? And you start feeling weak. Although the feeling weak, the weakness wasn't really, it wasn't a fainting like I would normally feel, like, that kind of you feel like you're gonna black out, right? Or maybe I did, I don't know. But the thing is that when I got to the kitchen and that everything started to go black, I grabbed myself from the refrigerator. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm fainting. And the fear, of course, rises. And all of a sudden I realized, oh no, I'm not fainting, I'm dying. I don't know, for some reason, I felt it was death. I felt it was dying. And the fear got so intense that my body couldn't handle it. I knew that level of whatever was coming, I just had to drop it. Because at that moment, I was like having even like imagining or seeing what it would be like for my family to find my body just like lying on the floor, my kids, like everything, all the commotion, like everything just just happened in front of my eyes. And it was bad. It was bad to face death in that moment, without any heads up. There was like no sickness. There was like nothing causing it. That was like the weirdest thing ever. So when I'm there and I'm feeling that fear, right? It just got so intense, I had to drop it. I had to let it go. My body couldn't handle that level of misalignment anymore. The moment I dropped it, I was gone. I had no emotions. I was relieved from the burden of being in a physical body, right? From the tenseness, from the, that duality thing. And I was just like free, and I was gone, and I was free. Where I was, I don't know. I call it the void. That's the best word to describe it. It was not like a out of body experience or astral projection at all. Like, I knew I was not connected to my body somehow. And I knew at that moment that it was like, oh, I'm not my body. That understanding that I'm not my body and I still exist. You imagine? I'm not my body. I still exist beyond my body. So I was just in that space of I am existence. I am existent. I still exist without a body. So when I'm in that state, when I'm in the void, when I'm basking in the I am, when I'm basking in the I exist, I am existence realization, I'm thinking, well, if I'm not my body, right? If I still exist, I can go back into my body. And fair enough, boom, I was back into my body. Still there, like holding myself from the refrigerator. And I'm just like, okay, what just happened? But I'm there like perfectly fine, as if nothing happened. But when I came back, I realized the fear that I was having, the fear of dying, the fear of death, was actually the fear of not existing. And hear me out, like, I knew on theory that we don't die, right? I know the teachings that tell us that we don't die. But one thing is to entertain that intellectually, and another thing is to really know it. Know it. When you know. So I know that we don't die. And that the fear of death was actually me believing that somehow I wouldn't exist anymore. That was the only fear I had. I mean, that was the fear. That was the thing that was, oh, I'm not gonna exist, right? Like the ego thinks it's not gonna exist anymore. Believes that it's the body, and once it's not in the body, it's not gonna exist. So that was so cool. That's cool. That's so awesome to know that we are beyond our physical, appearances and our 3D illusion of life. After that happened, like, that was last year. A couple of months later, I was eating. I was with my mom. We were eating. And I choked. I was eating chicharrón. It's pork skin, fried pork skin, actually. I think I was having bean soup, and we like put some chicharrón inside of it. So it kind of get like a smushy, in between smushy and crunchy, right? That's how I like it, at least. So I was eating this piece of chicharrón, and it was like too big, I guess, and it just got stuck here. So I was choking, and I couldn't do much, right? I couldn't breathe. So I just looked at my mom, like with my eyes like this. And she understood, and I think she went to get water or something. I don't know what she went to do. But in that short time, I was realizing that, okay, so, or my body makes it or it doesn't, right? I was ready to, like, whatever. Do I leave this plane? Or I was not panicking. That's the interesting thing. Because I had the experience before of facing death and realizing we don't die, I was not panicking. I was not nervous. I just was realizing and observing the moment of how my physical vessel was responding to the situation amazingly well. If I didn't have that experience of knowing that I'm not my body, I would have been panicking when I was choking. Like I would have probably died because of the panic and the nervousness than because of the choking. But since I've overcame that fear of death, I was just there observing, and I knew, like, okay, well, I stay or I leave, right, in the physical plane. And the moment I just accepted it, my hand moved, right? Like my hand moved and started doing this. Like this. Like my hand moved. I was not thinking. I was just allowing because I surrendered. And my hand started doing this. Like, so I somehow, I vomited out. But that time my mom was coming. I didn't know you could unchoke yourself by doing this. I thought somebody had to like and do stuff to me. But yeah, I just did this, and my mom saw me and she left me because she saw me very that I wasn't nervous. I just had like my eyes filled with, kind of red because I couldn't breathe. But me observing myself, how my body can actually do what it needs to do when you don't interfere with it, was amazing. The fact that I didn't panic and that I didn't get nervous and that my body knew what to do. I didn't know what to do, but my body did. So I just went like this, and in a few, seconds of massaging, it was out. And then I, proceeded to continue to finish my bean soup with chicharrón. My delicious meal. I'm telling you, the fact that I didn't get nervous or panicked helped. It did the work, actually. It did the work. So does that mean that if somebody near to me dies, or if I go through another event, I'm not gonna react? I don't know, because there are always lessons in the things that we go through. But the fact that I know that I am existence, that I am life, that I got to experience myself from that point of view was fucking amazing. Like it makes me want to go, it makes me want to consciously go back to that place. I mean, there wasn't no light, there wasn't no nothing of how people describe it when they're like dying or stuff like that, like a procedure. No, I was just existence. I was in my body. It was just that recognition of knowing I am existence. I am life. So that was a cool experience. It's so early in the morning. It's like 4 a.m. And when I feel the inspiration to do this video, that's when I do it. I don't do it because I have to be uploading daily. If I upload daily, it's because I have material enough and inspiration enough to do it, and the passion and the love to do it. But if the inspiration is not there, I'm not gonna do it. I love the freedom that I have to do the things just when I want to do them. So yeah. So yeah, I woke up like at 3, and then I felt the inspiration to come and record this. Here I am, 3 in the morning, a little bit cold, a little bit just to be snuggling up and Okay, see you in the next one.